I'm going to show you the 6 secrets to making 6 figures a year online, all without any expensive ads, complex funnels, or bullshit engagement pod strategies like these other losers teach. And I'm excited for this one. It's going to be no fluff, no BS, short and sweet and straight to the point. And if you stick around, I'm going to show you how I hit consistent, multiple 5-figure months, how I've helped tons of other business owners do exactly the same, all without becoming a slave to the algorithm. But before we begin, I want to outline who this training is not for, okay? This isn't for you if you don't have any experience on social media and you're a complete beginner, if you don't have any experience in what you're trying to sell, or if you don't have time available to put into marketing yourself. It's also not for you if you're looking for someone else to do all the content for you. What I run is a 6-figure program called Content to Clients, and it's a consulting program rather than running an agency. However, if you're a service-based business owner who is sick of the outdated tactics that all these marketing gurus are spouting online, and you're willing to work hard, then this definitely is for you. Because if you're willing to endure the long term, you could see results like Helen. And she was in a pretty dark place before she joined Content to Clients. And if you've ever been through a rough patch, you'll know exactly what that feels like. But then Helen joined C2C and she relinquished some of that control that small business owners have. And in 10 days, Helen pulled in 30 grand, 30K in cash. And the secrets and the system that I'm about to walk you through made me 65 grand cash in August as well, through Stripe and through bank transfers. And I still managed to take a week off with my kids, even if I did have to tickle them to get them to smile in that photo. And I'm not shouting these big numbers at you to show off. I'm showing them to you to illustrate that it's possible. If you want a business that makes money and gives you freedom, you need a system that works for you when you're not at your desk. But let's pull back. Why the should you listen to me? Well, it's not because I made $1 million on LinkedIn in 2 years. It's not because I'm a best-selling author. It's not because I've got 100,000 followers online across all the social media platforms. And it's not because I've shared stages with Davina McCall and Joe Wicks and all these other big names. It's because I've failed. I've failed time and time again. If you're struggling in business, I've likely been there and overcome it in the past 2 years. But this isn't about me. This is about all the other people that we've helped. Tons and tons of people across tons and tons of industries. Coaches, bookkeepers, accountants, nutritionists, agency owners, leadership coaches, you name it. We've worked with over 200 clients and the results speak for themselves. And before you think, oh, well, that's just them, I want to tell you that if they can do it, so can you. And today, I'm going to show you the only 6 things that you need to start signing clients in the next 30 to 50 days. And these things will work for you even if you don't have a big audience or you've never sold online before and without sending hundreds of cold DMs every single day. And more importantly, all without being slippery or sleazy or slimy or pushy. But before we jump in, just pause for a second. I want you to really pause and ask yourself this question. What would an extra 5 to 10 grand a month do for you? I don't just mean your business, I mean in life as well. Would it pay off debt? Would it allow you to travel? Would it allow you to spend more time with your children? Because it might sound like a lot, but it's not just possible, it's actually achievable. We've helped tons of other people do it and we can help you do it too. Now, I know what happens when people see these influencers start talking about money online. People's guards are up, and rightly so, because you're probably thinking, oh, it sounds too good to be true, or I've tried this before and it didn't work. But let me ask you this. Would you be opposed to me showing you that it could be possible for you right now if you have a desire to help others and make money whilst you do it? If so, then let's dive in. Secret number 1 is foundations. And most people either skip this or they overcomplicate the shit out of it. But without a strong base, you're set up for failure. Too many people are focused on the outputs. They want to get to the 5K and the 10K months, which is great, but actually, it's just a byproduct. The outputs are a result of the inputs. So the goal shouldn't actually be to make money. The goal should be to become the type of person who can make the money, which is where time plays a massive factor. Having the time set aside to focus on the things that actually matter, the things that are going to make progress. If you look at someone's calendar, you can pretty much predict the future. What they're working on today will impact their results in about 3 months' time. The problem is most of them are focused on the wrong kind of building a website, printing business cards, waiting for the new flashy camera to arrive so they can film their first video. None of that moves the needle. It doesn't make money. If you want results, you only need to focus on 2 things at the start: generating leads and converting those leads into clients. That's it. Everything else is a distraction. And I can tell you that because this is one of the first things I failed at. And that's exactly what we're going to run through in this video. Which brings us to secret number 2, the offer. And I've broken this down into 3 things as well: targeting, deliverables, and your message. And this all starts with the targeting. Who are you selling to and why? People and businesses only pay money when value is created, and value is only created when a problem is solved. But it's not about solving any kind of problem, it's about solving the right problem for the right people. And once you know who this group of people are, you can work out your deliverables. In other words, what are you actually going to give to them that helps solve the problem? Is it a service that you deliver like video editing or accounting? Is it some form of expertise that you provide like coaching or consulting or training? Or is it a transfer of knowledge like a course that you sell? And it could be a combination of all three. But once you know what you're selling, you need a message, aka positioning. Essentially, words that help you stand out from the competition, which shouldn't be too hard because most of your competition are probably shit. Sounds harsh, but it's true. And if they are shit, it's probably because they skipped over this work. They've not covered the basics. Now take Katie as an example. When she came to us, she was making £450 a month, barely scraping by. Now she makes 15 grand a month as an average. And Stephen came to us at zero, and we helped him make 18 grand in 30 days once we got his offer positioned correctly inside Content to Clients. And these people aren't exceptions. These results are standard when you do this foundational work. And this is a big sticking point for business owners. They can spend months in that grey area, not truly knowing what their message and their offer really is. But we've got tools that can help you do this work in a matter of minutes. No joke. Now, having a well-crafted offer and a message is great, but how do you actually get these potential clients of yours to sit up and pay attention? Well, the answer is marketing. Lots of people who have calls with us come to us because they think they've got a sales problem, but that's not true. Because if you're not generating leads or calls or inquiries, then you don't have a sales problem. You've got a marketing problem. You can't sell to people if they don't even know you exist. And most business owners are just putting content out there that's all over the place. Or even worse, they're just copying what everyone else is doing. So here's what we do. We use the CTC framework. Capture, trust, convert. It's simple, but super effective. Every single piece of content that you put out there should serve a purpose. It should either capture new attention, build trust with the existing attention that you have, or convert people into leads. Most people are either trying to go viral or they're just trying to sell something. They're not doing any of the middle part. So ask yourself, how much content that you put out there is simply there to build trust? Because the real magic happens in the middle, the trust building content. Trust is where the money is. So the main marketing focus should be on the content that we produce. Content that takes people on a journey with us, giving away as much information as possible to position us as someone worth listening to, worth following, and ultimately worth buying from. And in order to compete on social media today, you need a system for your content. A system that you can generate ideas from, that you can produce easily with minimum effort. And we can show you how to install this system. We can turn you into a content machine. Because when the marketing's good, it creates a new problem. And that's a good problem. It brings us to secret number 4, sales. But before we look at sales, if this already sounds like something you could benefit from, then you don't need to watch the rest of this video. If you want to start winning 4-figure clients and achieve results like some of the clients I've showed you, then we want to speak to you. There's a link somewhere underneath this video for you to schedule a free call with myself or a member of the team. But if you need some more convincing, let's continue. Secret number 4, as I said, is sales. And I'm going to be blunt here. Most people are scared of this part, but they're not bad at sales. They're just making it complicated. You don't need to be some charismatic closer. You just need structure. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're not walking into every sales situation with structure, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So here's the 4-step process that we use and teach. Discovery, pitch, objections, close. First off, discovery. Taking the time to listen. Actually listen to your potential clients. Because they want to know that you understand their situation before you even try to sell them anything. So get them talking. Drill down into their current situation and their desired situation. This isn't some quick Q&A. You should be diagnosing their problems like a doctor. Then and only then should you pitch. And because you've done the work in the discovery phase, the pitch is natural. It means that you're not pitching a generic solution. You're presenting the exact thing that they need. And of course, yes, there will always be some form of resistance, also known as objections. But this is where the magic happens. When prospects push back, they're usually just seeking some form of reassurance. It's your job to handle these objections, not run from them. All you have to do is ask questions that makes the prospect see things in a different light. Because when you handle the objections well, the close is just a formality. And here are a couple of people that we've helped with the sales process. Nick made $4,000 in his first couple of weeks. Penny made $15,000 in 5 weeks. And Rosie made $7,000 in a day. It's crazy how this stuff works when you dial in the structure. Now, secret number 5 is delivery. And this is where most online programs actually stop. They claim to help you get leads or get sales, but they never actually dive into fulfillment. You can be as strong as you like with the marketing and the sales, but if you can't deliver what you've promised in the marketing and the sales process, then you'll have pissed off clients, a damaged reputation, and no long-term growth. You don't just want people in the door, you want to keep them there, keeping them happy and getting them results. And this is where so many people mess up. They think the client journey ends when the client signs. Wrong. That's where the journey actually begins. And your delivery process needs to be smooth and repeatable. The first step is the onboarding. That's the client's first impression of you. And if they're waiting 2-3 weeks to get access to something or hear back from you after they've just paid you $3,000, that's not a good look. They're going to start feeling buyer's remorse, which is the exact opposite of what you want. You want someone happy, excited, and committed. Then you need to actually deliver the thing that you do, whatever your specialism is, and support them along the way too. What are the extra little touch points or things that you can sprinkle in that are going to help them reach that goal faster? And finally, what does the end of the journey look like? Typically, you'll want a process to renew them at the same rate, upsell them or ascend them to a higher package, or offboard them and let them leave with a smile on their face. Most businesses are really at this. But if you follow that 4-step process and you begin to tighten up the journey, the results will come much more naturally. Not only that, when you produce happy clients, they actually turn into salespeople for your business. And you can also create marketing assets and content from their results that features them as well. You might have seen some of ours. We have got tons of interviews of people talking about how powerful content to clients is. Now, the last secret is an acronym. It's called SCALE. And I'll tell you what it stands for in a second. Scaling is where everyone wants to get to. And they want to get there fast. But if you cut corners and try to scale something that isn't ready, you are in for a fucking disaster. All scaling does is make things bigger, including your problems. So if you scale a mess, you're going to end up with a giant mess. And it's taken me about 18 months to do this, but I've distilled scaling down into this 5-step, very simple framework. And you can apply all 5 parts of this framework to any area of your business. The first thing is systems. Systems are the backbone of any business that wants to grow. You don't want to reinvent the wheel every single time you do something. So wherever possible, having a system or a process or a framework in place is going to save you hours, whether that's onboarding, whether it's writing content, whether it's your email marketing. Systems give you back your time. Next is the content itself. And I'm not just talking about any type of content here. I'm talking about evergreen content. If it's not evergreen, it's pretty hard to scale. You want content that you can create once and use time and time again for years to come. Our course portal is a great example of evergreen content, as are all those client interview videos that I mentioned earlier. They're assets that we can use again and again at any stage of the client journey. Then there's automation. And if you're anything like I was, you're probably repeating the same shitty little repetitive tasks day in, day out. Now, we use a tool called Zapier or Zapier that completes, on average, 1,000 tasks for us every single month. 1,000 things immediately wiped off the to-do list. And we show our clients how to set things like this up so their business runs as smoothly as possible. Next is labor. And this one's important. Hiring people to either do the things that you're not good at or the things that move you away from making money. Our aim inside C2C is to get you to a point where you can onboard at the very least a VA, someone who can help you complete the day-to-day tasks that don't actually need your involvement. As an example, I don't do my own bookkeeping. 1, I don't know how to do it, and 2, I'm pretty sure I don't want to do it either. So I just pay someone that's an expert. Now finally, in the scale framework is possibly the most important thing of all, elimination. Scaling isn't about adding more stuff in, it's about removing the shit that doesn't work. Your best friend when you're scaling isn't adding fuel to the fire, it's actually simplifying the fire. The more you eliminate the distractions and the noise, the more you can focus on the things that actually matter, aka the 6 secrets. People like Kat and Dina, who've scaled their businesses and consistently hit 5-figure months, have done it because they simplified stuff. They didn't add a bunch of new shit, they just focused on the essentials. So there you have it, the 6 secrets to making 6 figures a year online. Foundations, offer, marketing, sales, delivery, and scale. Now, in case you hadn't guessed it, this is exactly what we help our clients with. Content to Clients is a 6-month program where we help you get clear on your message, we help you lay those foundations, we help you put together a content strategy that actually generates leads, we show you how to close those leads on structured and systemized sales calls, then we show you how to help get your clients results faster, then we show you how to start scaling things up. And this could be you. You know, if you've stayed this long into the video, then you have a desire to succeed. And it's time to stop playing small. If you're anything like I was, you're probably half in, half out, maybe a bit wishy-washy with your approach. And I get it, because it's easy to sit on the fence. It's comfortable. It's what you're used to. But if you want to see how far you can actually take this, then I want you to click the link around this video and schedule a call with myself or a member of the team. We'll help you win clients, or more clients, like all the wonderful people that we already work with. We'll hop on Zoom for 45 minutes, maybe an hour, find out where you are now, find out where you want to get to, and see if we can help. And we're not going to pressure you into anything. This step isn't for everyone. We'll be completely honest if it's not for you. But if you want to reach that next stage, attract those dream clients, and obviously earn more money too, then something has got to change. You're going to have to take action. And if you don't, you'll just relive or repeat the last 12 months again and again until you do. So hopefully, we'll see you on the call.